Hi everyone, Julia here recording this on October 3rd, 2022, and just wanted to talk about reaction to stimuli or things versus response. And that's definitely something that people who start being self-aware and not just going about their day in a mindless manner start realizing that certain things trigger them and they just react once triggered. And a good example, I use this a lot because my ex was a road rager. It's road rage, right? These people, somebody pulls out in front of somebody and people practically have a heart attack. I've seen people get in fights and people have even been killed over road rage, because of road rage, because somebody drove poorly and usually not intentionally. So, yeah, it's very powerful when you learn to respond to things instead of react to them. You know, just on that impulse level. And super powerful, super powerful. And if you're one of these people who was previously easily triggered and always reacting with anger or screaming or whatever, and you start to do your introspection and self-reflection and realize that you need to change up your strategy and you start responding as opposed to reacting, those around you will be very impressed and very curious. And you know, that's one way that by working on yourself it helps the collective, because the example you set will, you know, have others looking into your approach that got you to that new place of understanding and just living without just being this reactive bundle of nerves, you know. Every little thing triggers you and you react. And yeah, that's a huge step forward when you quit just reacting and you start responding. And a lot of incidents or stimuli, whatever you want to call it, doesn't even warrant a response. No response is a response, right? And that's often the case. You know, if you're in toxic debate with someone and you can see it's just going to go on and on and on, then just stop it, you know? Stop responding. And yeah, we need more cooperation and less angst and everybody pushing their difference on each other. But and that goes along with what's going on in this crazy world, right? Like, there's so much corruption and so much wrongdoing, you know, and if you start focusing on all of that, you know, it can bring you down really quick, especially if you're an empath. So you have to know that you can only affect you and your direct vicinity. And so that's where you have to keep your focus. You know, you can't fix the wrongs of the world. The best thing you can do to assist in fixing the wrongs, if they're fixable, is to work on yourself and get your resonance to a proper frequency. And yeah, like I said, those around you notice when you change your resonance, and even if they might not say anything, they are checking out the situation and seeing what's new, what's different. And we just can't stress out over what's going on in the world, because, again, individually we really can't do anything about it. We can't do anything about these evil billionaires that have most of us working at slave wages so they can get richer. And I don't know how long that's sustainable, because people have to have enough money to buy the billionaires' products. And that's slowly dwindling away. People are barely able to make ends meet with the way things are going. But in the meantime, you can focus on your informed field and your little reality bubble and manifest your abundance. And, you can help others with what you manifest in your life. And again, you're setting an example with your resonance, and you'll see that you can always manifest everything you need and then some, regardless of the situation out in the world. Somehow it works that way. And and if you can, things are getting tight for people, we can help each other. And I really do think getting into communities, intentional, cooperative, compassionate communities, is really the way to go going forward. Because it's getting to where jobs are becoming obsolete. I can't believe they still have a minimum wage of $7.50 in most of the U.S. And here in Portugal, they'll pay you $5 or $6 an hour. So, again, I don't see how that's sustainable, because you can't buy the billionaire stuff if you don't have enough money. And we need to quit buying stuff anyway, That is not where happiness lies, in buying a bunch of material crap and having the coolest, latest, whatever. Man, it's so empty, so shallow, and those people are never happy. I guess maybe a few of them are, but I don't notice it. So, you don't really need a lot. So even though things are tough and times are hard and prices have gone up and everything's more expensive, it's a good time to reflect on what you need. And I'm not trying to be like the guy from Germany that says you will own nothing and be happy. But it's kind of true. It really is. And, we need very little. We need very little. And the simpler your life, the better, in my opinion. More money, more problems. And I see these people who have a lot of money, and they're always just worrying and fretting over every little penny. And they're so frugal, and I'm frugal. Some of them are even more frugal than me. But, this whole material, trying to get our happiness from material goods, it's a dead-end street. I've tried it. It doesn't work. And I've had lots of retail highs, but they're short-lived. And the real high is when you start accepting and liking yourself. That's the real high. And when you start realizing that you do manifest your life, and you take control of that, and you manifest exactly the way you want it, and you don't let your subconscious run the show any longer. And again, the way you overcome that is to do shadow work or emotional healing. And again, there's a playlist on this channel for emotional healing. So back to the beginning of this talk where I mentioned response versus reaction. So and focus on that, and also focus on your little reality and how you want it. We cannot fix the evils of the world, and doesn't do any good to fret and worry and get angry over it. So just focus on your reality, create it the best you can, and when you've gotten that, help others. And that's the recipe for a happy life, not buying a bunch of crap to impress other people. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. Hope you have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And remember to always focus on what you want And always help others if you can. Ciao, ciao.